Hello, this is my vlog number one. I'm just gonna start by reading the quote and then I'm gonna discuss it. So, I wonder, I wonder. I already messed up. Not off to a good start. I've come to a frightening conclusion that I am the decisive element in the classroom. It's my personal approach that creates the climate. It's my daily mood that makes the weather. As a teacher, I possess a tremendous power to make a child's life miserable or joyous. I can be a tool of torture or an instrument of inspiration. I can humiliate or heal. In all situations, it is my response that decides whether a crisis will be escalated or de-escalated, and a child humanized or dehumanized. So, 5 things that stick out to me. First is just the first sentence. I've come to a frightening conclusion that I am the decisive element in the classroom. Before I read this, it kind of made me wonder. I was like, I thought I knew where he was going, but I thought it was an interesting way to put it. And it is kind of frightening. It's frightening to think that you are in charge. What you say is going to determine the entire mood of the classroom. What you say is going to affect these students. They could have a good day or a bad day. It's a lot of pressure, to be honest. It's my daily mood that makes the weather. I like that metaphor he used there. It's true. Again, it's scary. It's scary to think that my bad mood could ruin their day. So you really have to keep that in check. You have to think about how you're acting, because it's easy to just be in a bad mood and just take that out on the day. But like, they're little people. Like you don't want to hurt their feelings. You need to like be thinking about the fact that they know what kind of mood you're in and you're going to rub off of them and you can ruin their whole day. And that's very sad. So yeah. So that one stuck out to me. That's number 2. Ooh, it's gonna go away. I'm just going sentence by sentence. I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to. But I can be a tool of torture. That is very what's the word? Harsh, I think is the word I'm looking for. It's true though, you can make their life miserable. I've had teachers in school who were in a bad mood and they just made our day terrible. Like, we just got write-ups because they were in a bad mood. Like, we didn't do anything. So I don't want to ever be that person. I don't want my students to think of me as torturing them. Like, I want them to love school and feel safe in my classroom. I don't want them to be miserable with me. So that was number 3. Number 4, I can humiliate or heal. Humiliation should never be something that you're doing to anybody, much less your students who you're striving to make feel safe and give them a positive environment to learn and grow in. I understand why he included it. It is something that can happen, but it's something that never should happen. I hate that that even has to be included, but I understand. What's that, number 3 or number 4? 1, 2, 3. We're gonna say it was number 3, might be number 4. I don't know. Escalate or de-escalated. So it's crazy to think that, and I've done this with children I nannied, so seeing a child and they fall down and they hurt themselves. If you just ignore it and you're like, oh, get up, you're okay, you did good, yay, and they just get up and they're like, yay, I'm good. So it's both comforting. It's kind of comforting, I guess, to think that like something could be happening and I'm like, hey, let's move on to this, and it can't just go away. Humanized or dehumanized would be my last point. That's a lot of pressure. You have the power to completely ruin this small child. Like, and teachers have done it. Teachers have been absolutely dehumanizing. Like, things that I hated was like when they made you put gum on your nose. You had gum and you weren't supposed to. They made you put it on your nose and wear it for the whole class. Or, one thing that always felt, I don't know if it's necessarily dehumanizing, but one thing I always hated was like a girl would wear a shirt and she would be kind of shapely. Like I got in trouble a lot for wearing, and I'd be wearing a normal t-shirt, but it'd be like kind of form-fitted. And they're like, Anna, that's inappropriate, that's distracting. They'd say this in front of everybody. It's inappropriate, that's distracting. You're going to go change or you're going to go home. And I was like, okay, yes, ma'am, I'm sorry, but it made you feel less. It made you feel less than for doing something that everyone else was doing. It was just a terrible feeling. So those are my 5 observations on feelings on this poem.